Oh well, it's coming in thick and fast now. Pretty horrible. But as it happens, my parking runs out in 10 minutes, so I'm on my way back to the car. But there's something over there on the foreshore that I want to check out before I go back to the car. Something really big. I want to make sure it's not a dead whale or something. Let's go and take a look. Hi everyone, well here I am on a pretty grey, blustery old day down on the Thames foreshore. But I just had to get out the house and the tide's on the way down. It's going to be low in about 2 hours. So let's go and see if there are any little treasures waiting for us today. One of the upsides of a day like today is that it's very easy to spot things on the foreshore. The mud is just so squeaky clean, if you know what I mean. It's always incredibly exciting when you first get down here. I've just seen something over here that I want to investigate. Now it looks as if it might be an animal horn, part of an animal horn here, just coming out of the mud. The texture just looks very much like a horn. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. Oh, that's unusual. You know what? I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting there to be a big horn. Well, it's definitely an animal body part. It almost looks like a hoof. Any bone experts out there? Could it be part of a spine? Oh, how curious. It almost looks like a hoof, but it's not a hoof. Does anybody know? I'll put it in my bag and hopefully we can identify it. There's a lot of butchered animal remains down here. And usually I can see what they are, but I really don't know what that is. And, look, there's a pipe as well. Were you shouting at me not to miss that? Because I nearly did. Let's pull it out. Oh, it's not coming out very easily. You know what? We might have a little extraction here. Right, ready? Out you come. Gosh, wedged in there, good and proper. Out we come. Oh, look, it's still coming. It's still, oh my goodness, it's still coming. Fantastic. That is a good pipe there, dating to the 18th century for sure. Probably around about 1740s-ish, I should think. What a lovely surprise. Now, if I hadn't have got down to look at that bone, what I thought was a horn, I would probably have missed that. I wonder if there's any initials on the heel. I can't see any actually. But that's very nice. The last person who held this was walking the earth in the 18th century. Isn't that mind-blowing? How different this place would have been then. Yeah, so talking of butchered remains, I can see here, for example, part of the jawbone of an animal, and we can tell that it's an omnivore. I think that's what you call them, isn't it? The ones that just eat grass. So probably a little sheep or a goat, that one. I've just seen something down there. It could just be a bit of shell or something, but it seems to have some kind of decoration on it from where I'm looking. Can you see what I'm looking at? Can you see? It's got to be just about in the middle. I'm actually looking at this. Maybe it's a little piece of pottery or something. Ooh, now, what is that? That is part of something, without a doubt. And it actually looks quite old, doesn't it? Could it have been like a little pendant or something? It seems to have some holes in it. I shall have to investigate this. I will consult some of my mudlarking friends and see if they've got any ideas. But I would say that that has to have some age to it. Exciting. Right, let's focus around here a bit and see if there's anything else of interest. Sometimes it's just so lucky when you spot things. The light's just shining in the right place. You know, if that had been the other way up, I wouldn't have noticed it because it's plain on the other side. I just picked up this button, or I think it's a popper, so it's probably really modern, but I can't actually make out what it does say on there. Probably Levi's or something. Let me rub it on my hand. What's that? Working, oh, work mast or something. Workmaster. Oh well, I'll look them up. Maybe mid-20th century. There's a lovely little piece of pottery here with little fingerprints in it. It's always nice to find some old pottery with finger marks or thumbprints in it, but they look quite small. I've got some pieces like this which have really large thumbprints, but these look a lot smaller. But they're somebody's prints nevertheless, from hundreds of years ago. I can see a button or a popper or something just here. Let's have a look. It's popper day today. Oh, now this one is Hemming? Looks like Hemming. London. Bridge something or other. Okay, great. Another one to research. So I've just glanced down as I'm walking along and I saw this stone. Doesn't it look like it's been made into something by somebody? Or is that my imagination? I'm really not one for flint and fossils and worked flint and that kind of thing. So I actually have no idea at all, but I'm going to take it just in case it is something. It probably isn't. And it's just going to weigh my bag. Oh, but never mind. If in doubt. Now, is this down here a musket ball? I started to dislodge it and it looks very round, and actually, yeah, it feels pretty heavy. That could be a musket ball, couldn't it? Where's there a little pool to give it a rinse? Yeah, definitely could be. Either that or a fishing weight. But I'm veering towards a musket ball. Now there's a lot of bones here, of all shapes and sizes. Animal bones, that is. And actually I can see what looks like a skull here. I wonder what animal this is. It's quite big, isn't it? So it could be, well, it's definitely not a horse. It's not big enough for that, but maybe it could be a dog, or maybe a cow. Should we find out? It's quite big, actually. Having said it's not a horse, I suppose it could be. It could be a cow. We will find out. All will be revealed. Now luckily I always carry bags in my rucksack just in case I find large finds such as these. As I'm going to take this home, wash it up and put it together. Give it some love and attention. Now down here I think this might be another musket ball. Yes, I believe that's what it is, another one. I've just seen the funniest little thing down here. It was this that first caught my eye. I thought it might be part of a bullet. And then I noticed the tiniest little duck ever in the whole world. Look at this. That is a tiny duck. Quack, quack. That's pretty adorable. Hi everyone, as some of you may know, for the last 2 months or so, I've been trying out the FAQ 202, which is a silicone LED mask by Foreo. And I would like to say a big thank you to Foreo for partnering with me on this video. So during the winter, I've noticed that my skin tends to get really quite dry, and definitely it is not as radiant as it usually is. And I have definitely noticed since I've been using this mask, the appearance and texture of my skin is just such a lot better. Now, the mask is actually clinically proven, which is really important to me. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about it if it wasn't clinically proven that the results are good. And so if you want to try out this mask, I do have a code that I'm going to be sharing with you afterwards, so stick around for that. Now today I am going to be using the NIR infrared setting, and so before I put the mask on, to enhance its effectiveness, I put on a little bit of this serum, which is red light peptide serum. You just put it on like any other serum, just like that, and like I said, it really enhances the treatment. So you put the mask on, it fits so well to my face. I can tighten it up with these straps here. Once it's comfortable, I am going to press this little button here and I am going to sit back and relax. FAQ 202 provides a professional, personalised at-home treatment. It really is just like being in your own home spa, and it strengthens the different layers of the skin and supports its natural healing processes with, like I said before, clinically proven results. Whether it's fine lines, sunspots, sagging, blemishes, skin texture. So I'm excited to tell you that Foreo actually have some really great holiday deals on at the moment. And with my code, WHITE35, you can get 35% off almost all Foreo products, including those already on sale. So if you'd like more details, you can click on the link in the description to this video and also in the pinned comment. And now, let's get back to some mudlarking. Is there anything else down here? Let's see. All these little bits of metal that have come to rest on the foreshore. Now what's that? Nothing. And we've got another tiny lead thing here. It's another tiny lead head, I think. tiny lead head. Now where's your lead body? Now see if you can spot what I've just spotted. Keep your eyes peeled. Can you see it? There it is. A delightful little buckle. So delicate. Now I'm not sure how old, maybe Georgian, maybe early 19th century, late 18th century. But it has survived thousands and thousands of Thames tides. It always amazes me. Talking of buckles, there's another one down here. This one, slightly more modern, I'd say. Mid-20th century probably. Part of a buckle anyway. That boat over there, it's called Anita. Very special name. That's my mum's name. And she'll be here for Christmas soon. Along with Peter, my stepdad. So I've got to go home and start getting things ready. Well, I stashed the scull here. It's hugely heavy, massively heavy, but I'm going to struggle back to the car with it and attempt to clean it up. Oh, well, it's coming in thick and fast now. Pretty horrible. But as it happens, my parking runs out in 10 minutes, so I'm on my way back to the car. But there's something over there on the foreshore that I want to check out before I go back to the car. Something really big. I want to make sure it's not a dead whale or something. Let's go and take a look. Well, I'm happy to report that there is no dead whale to be seen here. It's just a massive, great piece of wood. So it's time to go home and see you on the next outing. Hello. It's day 2 and I'm back, and I'm glad to say that the weather is a lot better. Now I'm actually in the same place where I was yesterday, which is in Greenwich, one of my favourite places. I was going to go somewhere else, but I'm a little bit worried about my car. I set off to go somewhere else a little bit further, and it seems to be heating up a little bit too quickly, so I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to stay close to home. So again, we've got a couple of hours, and even though I'm back in the same spot, you never know, we might find some more treasures. Only one way to find out. Let's go. What is this? Oh, look. It's the remains of a lead car by the looks of it. A bit worse for wear, but once upon a time somebody played with that. Or maybe it's a train, actually. It could be a train engine, couldn't it? Oh, it's so beautiful compared to yesterday. Look at that lovely view. Sun just going down. There's quite a lot of debris washed up today, including lots of driftwood. And I've spotted this, part of an old chair, but that could make quite a good boat, couldn't it? If I dry it out. I've got so much driftwood in my studio. I really want to use it. Just can't find the time to do everything I want. Do you have that trouble as well? So look, that could be a good boat if I take that end bit there off. Well, I have spotted a pipe bowl here, so maybe this is going to be today's extraction. Oh, it's pretty wedged in there as well. Oh, come on, little pipe. Let's get you out of your muddy home. Oh, doesn't want to come out, this one. Wants to stay in the mud. Gosh. Ooh, you are really not wanting to come out of there. Oh, here we go. I was pulling it the wrong way, I think. Right, let's do a nice extraction. Right then. Come on. Let's be having you. Oh, very nice. So we had a nice extraction yesterday and another one today. And also the stone I found yesterday, the one that just looked like it was sort of hollowed out or scooped out. I have sent a picture to a friend and we're going to check, because I think it does look like it was man-made. So maybe it is. Look at that. A pipe silhouette on the golden Thames. I've just been searching around here on the tide line and I've just pulled out of the mud something here which has a really nice gold colour. Pretty certain it's not gold, but I think that it is a dagger chape. And you know what, that's so odd because I found a dagger chape here not that long ago. I think it's called a dagger chape. I hope I haven't got the name wrong there. Yes! Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, that's definitely a dagger chape that you put on the end of your dagger, basically. It's quite long and narrow, isn't it? So that would be quite a narrow, sharp knife. You know, the weird thing is, all of my dagger chapes I've actually found around here. That is a great find. It's a really great find, and it's probably 16th, 17th century. I'll be able to check, but that is fantastic. Hi everyone, thank you very much indeed for watching and for joining me on that mudlarking excursion, which was made up of 2 days. The first one was very, very windy and blustery, and I hope that the wind noise isn't too distracting. The second day was so much nicer, and it's been a bit like that recently. One day you wake up and it's pouring with rain and really windy, and then the next day it's bright blue skies. Like today, I spent a really nice time in Deptford visiting my favourite flea market, and the sun was out, really beautiful, but yesterday it was really horrible. Anyway, I digress. In a moment, I am going to remove this black frame here that you can see because it is hiding the skull that I found on the foreshore, and I want to see if you guessed what it is. I thought that I was filming myself during the extraction of the skull, but it's one of those situations where I actually had pressed stop when I thought I pressed play, so I don't have the footage of me taking it out of the mud. So why don't we do that now? We can get rid of this black screen thing. And so did you guess right? Well, you are about to find out, and this absolutely magnificent specimen of a horse skull is what came out of the mud. Now, it's just incredible. Just look at it. It's really like a thing of beauty. It looks like mahogany, and it actually has the lower jaw bones too. Now I do have a little collection of horse skulls, in fact. This is my fourth one, but this one really dwarfs the other ones. I've just got one here actually. Let me just show you as a comparison. So this one, which I believe to be Roman actually, by the way, this one is a lot smaller, as you can see, and I thought that this one was really big. So this one is just huge. And it's really just very, very special, and I hope that this horse had a happy life. I think that it probably dates back to the early 19th century, and of course London used to be a city of horses, and it was only the beginning of the 20th century when horses started to be seen less on the streets of London, because they used to be used for transport and travel, pulling ambulances, carts, carriages, fire engines, all sorts of things. So, I mean, we used to have so many horses. So maybe that explains why we do tend to find quite a lot of horse remains on the foreshore. And so, yes, that is probably, well, definitely actually, there's no probably about it. This is definitely the largest skull that I have here in my possession. And I know skulls aren't for everybody, but I do find them rather beautiful. And this one certainly is no exception. I've washed it off mostly, but it does need a bit more of a better clean, but I wanted to be able to put it here so that you could see it. It's so big, it made me want to find my smallest skull in my collection here in my room, and I have it here, and I can actually put it on the end of my finger. It's a tiny, weeny little mouse skull, I believe, and it actually came out of an owl pellet. There you are. This roundup is just sounding very, very strange. I know, here we are with the collection of skulls and a little skull found in an owl pellet. And yeah, I'm sorry, it's only going to get stranger because I also have another part of a horse here. So let's move on to that. Don't switch off, stay with me, stay with me. It's not all strange, I promise. So to go with the horse skull, we have the little odd piece of bone that I found right at the beginning. And if you recall, I said it looks like a horse's hoof. And actually, that's exactly what it is. This is part of a horse's hoof. And what I hadn't realised is that it's called a coffin bone. My friend Marie-Louise Plum, aka Old Father Thames, told me that. A coffin bone, presumably because actually this part is encased in the rest of the hoof. So this is like being in a coffin. I think that's what it is anyway, but if you Google to find out why it's called a coffin bone, I'm sure there will be a very good explanation. Now this bone, this coffin bone here, definitely doesn't belong to this massive great horse, because this is actually rather small, I think, by the looks of it. So a very horse-themed mudlarking outing, a huge great skull, complete with the lower jawbone and the teeth, and part of a horse's hoof. And that is a first for me. I've never ever found a horse's hoof before. So there you are. And when I first started to take it out of the mud, I had thought that it was going to be a horn, because that bit there is very kind of horn-like. And I've got a horn here that I found previously, and you can see it's the same kind of texture there. So that's why I thought that it was going to be a horn. So I was extremely surprised to pull this out. So far we've got a horse's skull and a horse's hoof. What else have we got? Well, certainly my best find and my favourite find, well, it's hard actually to choose between this here that I'm going to talk about now and the horse skull. Which one's my favourite? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're joint favourites. This certainly is one of my favourite finds anyway, and it's actually a dagger shape made of copper alloy. It would have had the end of somebody's dagger in it, probably hanging on a belt around their waist, and I believe it dates to the 16th, 17th century. So that is a really special find, and it's really quite delicate as well. And I shall be taking this along with me to record it with the Finds Liaison Officer at London Museum. Very special little find, just as I was about to leave the foreshore. So sometimes the River Thames leaves the best find to the last moment just before you leave, as in this case. Now, I also got pretty excited about this stone here. I was convinced that it looked so man-made with this scoop here. So I very excitedly went and posted it on the Facebook page Flint Finds of History and asked if they thought that it might be something that had been man-made thousands of years ago. Unfortunately, it's natural. But on the upside, it will make a wonderful candle holder. So I've got a little candle and I will put it on my windowsill. Might not be an old Iron Age tool for grinding flour or anything like that, but it will make a very nice candle holder. Now, the other thing that I have here I wanted to mention is this piece of decorated metal. Unfortunately, there's just not enough of it to be able to tell what it comes from. It's actually got a few little holes in it as well, and I don't know if they are deliberately made or whether they have happened over the years that it's been on the Thames foreshore. It's very, very pretty, very detailed. Somebody suggested it could be like a die cast, something that is actually like hammered onto metal to create a pattern on the metal. Somebody also suggested it could be part of a pilgrim badge. I'm not sure about that because I think it's too rigid for that. I will take it along to the museum with me just in case my amazing Finds Liaison Officer can identify it from just this little piece. And if you've got any ideas, then please do let me know. We got a few buttons. This button, Hemmings of London Bridge. They made gloves and hats and coats and shirts and various things. So a tailor's based at London Bridge, which is not that far from me. I go to London Bridge quite a lot. And they were active in the 19th century. The other one here, which has got Workmaster on it, the only trace I could find of Workmaster was actually shoes, Dunlop shoes, and they date back to the 1970s, so not that old. We've got a few nice buckles, a couple of clay pipes dating from, let's say, 1700 to 1770. And let's not forget the tiny, tiny duck. So a nice mixture of eclectic finds as usual from the River Thames. You just never know what you're going to find when you go down there. You never know what you're going to come home with. So in this occasion, I came home with a horse skull, horse hoof, pipes, dagger shape, a candle holder rock, decorated metal, buckles, a couple of what might be musket balls, but then again they could also be fishing weights, not terribly sure. A few buttons and some pottery as well. This nice bit of pottery here with the tiny little finger marks in. I mean, this is one that I found previously, and as you can see, the marks on this one are a lot larger than on this one, but this probably dates also back to the 16th, 17th century. So that's it for my finds. And so now I just want to tell you a few things. Firstly, on the 24th, Saturday the 24th of January at 2 p.m, I am giving a talk at London Museum called Stories from the River Thames. So if you would like to come along and meet me and see that talk, that would be just brilliant. I'd love to meet you. You can find the details on the London Museum website. And secondly, Simon Bourne and I are selling our Mudlarking calendar here. Some of the proceeds from the sales will be going to 2 charities. My 25% is going to go to Tonic Music, and Simon's 25% is going to go to St Francis Hospice. There's lots of lovely photographs in here, including, I have to say, one of my favourite photos of myself, which was taken on the foreshore earlier this year. Let me see if I can find it so I can show it to you. It was just an amazing, amazing day. And the light was just absolutely glorious. And so here it is. Here it is. The light was just shining down between some trees, and we just managed to capture this incredible photograph. So it's here on this calendar. The month of November, my birthday month. And there's some other great photos. There's also nice photographs of Simon. Let's see if we can find one. And yeah, lots of nice mudlarking. Oh, here he is. Here's Simon, looking very happy with a stoneware bottle. I think that is all I was going to talk to you about. So please put in the comments below any thoughts, ideas, suggestions that you have got about any of these finds that I've spoken about. And what else? I hope that preparations for Christmas are going well for you if you celebrate Christmas. I'm getting ready for my mum to come along and stay, my mum Anita and my stepdad Peter. And also my daughter Grace will be back from university, so it's going to be so nice having the family here. I've got so much to do and I haven't really started much preparations yet, so I'd better get on with it because we haven't got too long. But it's easy to get caught up in that stressful whirl of trying to get everything perfect and get everything ready. So maybe it's just a case of just sitting down and just taking it easy and not getting stressed by that whole Christmas preparation frenzy. Okay, well, I hope that you're all well wherever you're watching from and that life is going well for you. If it's not going so well, I hope that it soon will be. Make sure you do something this coming week that you enjoy doing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again very soon with more mudlarking adventures. I went out with Anna and Monica, the ladies who lark, this week, and I'm hoping to put together a nice Christmassy video. That's if I do manage to do that in time. So I'm going to try and do that. But if it's not for Christmas, it will be just after Christmas. So take care, everyone. Sending you much love and many hugs. And take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.